Let's talk about this. Comedian Lil Duval recently tweeted, "In a perfect world, women with kids shouldn't be working. That is just a full job itself. I think it's one of the reasons balance is off nowadays in our community." Ladies, what are your thoughts on Lil Duval's post?
I wish it was a perfect world. Period.
So that what?
And then I want him to send me some checks because who's going to take care of my family?
Yeah.
Who's going to take care of my kids and
Ooh.
send them to school and
Ooh.
clothe them and feed them?
Ooh.
I mean, nowadays you need two incomes. I get it. It would be great if every mom could stay home with their kid and raise them and
I think
and
he
do all
was speaking to
stuff.
that as well, though, right? Wasn't he? Wasn't this coming off of big conversations about mothers not being able to afford childcare? I think Kamala Harris just put out a big post saying there's a real issue with women and childcare. So I agree with you. I think there's a huge difference between shouldn't and if they don't want to.
Yes,
There's
but
a
I feel
huge
like
difference.
Huge disconnect.
It's
Yeah.
a little weird when I feel like you're promoting me to just be a housewife.
There's that.
I'm like, I don't want to just be home with my kids.
Right.
And that's what the assumption is, and that's
Yeah.
actually the questionable
Yeah.
thing, because why can't the man be with the children?
Yes,
And
right.
it's just we're dealing with
Agreed.
modern
Turn this on
times.
yourself. You
Yes.
could do
I
that
think
too,
it's a
bro.
huge-
Again, I
right.
think it's a huge difference between saying like you have to go to work versus there are some others that would prefer not, like you're saying, would not prefer to go to work and they have no choice.
Right.
They have to put food on there.
Exactly.
And then I saw in the comments on Shade Room, there was people saying, I don't want my identity to just be in my children. I want to go to work. And that's Jeannie. And I think women have the right to do either. The problem is money.
Absolutely, but I also feel like I am modeling for my children,
Yeah.
hopefully for the kind of woman they want to marry, that you can still be a mom and you can still have a life.
Yeah.
Well,
You
what
know?
about the fact that he says it's, let me get it correct.
And not
the
to say that moms
balance
don't
is
have lives.
off.
You know what I mean?
What?
The balance is off, is what he said.
Yeah, that is that second part where he's saying the balance is off.
In
That's
our
now
community.
in our community. It's like, what does he mean by the balance is off?
Does he mean that the balance is off because women don't have that right or aren't encouraged to be able to go home and be there for their kids because of the expectations of pulling in the income, and maybe they're not supported well because they don't have men that stick around? Is it that?
I think it could be about sexuality. I think it
No,
could be
how's it
about,
really?
yeah, come on.
Like what?
Oh.
Like
It
what?
could be about, you know, because I've been telling y'all, in the Black community, they're very conservative when it comes to certain things.
Yes.
They want women to be a certain type of way. They want sexuality to be a certain type of way. And so we're seeing it through things that are happening in pop culture where some people are just not taking it to task. So I think it's an old school way of thinking, the tweet is, about women should be one thing. They should be taking care of the kids. The reason why you have a lot of imbalance in so-called our community, maybe because you see like there's more LGBTQ people, they may feel like because the mother isn't home. I mean, it's that.
Or the
Wow.
top,
And
or
I'm
the
not
father
saying his
isn't home.
thinking. I'm saying when you put out a tweet like that, it's worth a conversation.
Of course.
To have, because it's like we are living in modern times where you're correct. Women, we need two incomes to be in a household.
That is the
especially
reality.
with kids.
That's reality.
But women don't have to be the ones to actually take care of the children, and
Right.
children become
Yes, they need
to
a caregiver
certain
in
point
general.
they're self-sufficient.
Yeah.
Where Jackson J be telling you, look, where you going?
Right. right. And I also think that, we're living in different times and women can be more than one thing. We can be
Right.
more than just a mother. We can be entrepreneurs. We can be, we can do all kinds of
Yeah.
things. And I think that's just narrow-minded thinking. And if we're going to do that, let's put also the blame on the men. How about staying home and taking care of your children and not fathering other children elsewhere so that we don't have to do it on our own?
So that's the part that I think should have just been added to the tweet. I think it
Yeah.
should be like men or women should have the right to stay home and just parent
Put
your
the
kid.
responsibility
they
on
had
both.
the option, and that there should be support around that. I think that would be
Yeah,
dope.
put the responsibility on both.
Yes.